Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I am here today with set number 79106, Cavalry Builder Set. This is the smallest of the Lone Ranger sets that is widely available. Ages 6 to 14, 69 pieces. We get 4 minifigures and 1 horse, and this retails originally for $12.99, but sometimes you can find it at Toys R Us right now for about $7.98. That's how I was able to get mine at a little bit of a clearance price. Let's take a closer look at the set now. So here we have the box art for the set where we can see all the minifigures and we can also see some of the action that happens in the set. It is a Disney licensed product and you can see the live action Lone Ranger actor right there. I have not seen this movie, so I'm not going to review it in terms of authenticity to the movie. You can let me know in the comments if this took place in the movie at all. But personally, I have no idea. On the back of it, it also shows you the same kind of features. Apparently, one of them is that you can steal chicken from the cavalry soldiers. Which I want to mention, why are they cavalry soldiers if they don't have horses? A cavalry usually consists of horses. Anyways, nothing else really to the box itself. Let's get on to the instructions. There are 2 bags in this set. There's 1 large bag and then 1 small bag. You can see the piece distribution between the bags in my building video for this set. And for the instructions, you can see it's folded up like so for easier storage and goes through, relatively easy build for this set. Not really difficult for anyone. And you can also see the background has a nice desert background and, with some plateaus and other landforms, so that's kind of nice how they put that in. I find this interesting how they had the hand put in to show how this works. And they also show you that try not to hit anyone in the face with it, or their eye will turn into an arrow. They also show you a click, which I haven't seen for a very long time in instruction book. And in some of these sections, they show you all the pieces before the steps, like the campfire. Instead of doing it step by step, what pieces you need. So that's interesting. A little bit, doesn't really change much from the building experience. It just makes it interesting from what I've seen in instruction books. They also show you the full model of 1 page. They show you 2 pages worth of parts. And then they show you the Lone Ranger website on the back, Lego Club, and the Win Kid. Now let's get to the minifigs. The first minifigure of the set is the Lone Ranger himself. Now, again, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know who the Lone Ranger is. But he's still a great-looking cowboy, in my opinion. I like how the torso is designed so that it goes onto the pants. Although the pants itself would have been nice as a solid color, I still like how it continues to make the outfit look bigger. He also comes with some silver pistols, that nice cowboy hat that we also get later on in Debutron, from the Lego Movie series. And he does not have any back printing on his head, but he has back printing on his torso. This is the same Lone Ranger that you get throughout all of the Lone Ranger sets, and it's one of the cheaper ways to get him if you don't have the push cart. Here are our 3 cavalry soldiers. Now, they are pretty much exactly the same, which is good if you want to build up an army. But the only differences between these are the accessories that they have and their faces. They have the same exact torsos, hats, and pants. No differences as far as those printed or colored. So, the 2 on the left are exactly the same for everything except for the heads that you see. And they are duplicate heads because they've been previously used in themes such as Indiana Jones. This third one I don't recognize where the head's been used before, but I do like it because it's unique and kind of, makes him different from some of the other figures in this set. This figure also has a shoulder bag and comes with 2 weapons. Well, 2 items actually, not weapons. He comes with the darker chrome pistol that you saw and the telescope. Now, I'll take off the back of this one just to show you the back printing, because the rest of them are exactly the same. So here we have his back printing, and it's a good continuation from the front. I think it's necessary and it serves the purpose well. Now I try to get this back on him, because you can see it has to stretch around his arm. These are nice looking figures. I like the color design of these. And kind of some unusual colors that we don't normally get from minifigure parts, such as the blue for the pants or the blue for the rest of their uniform. Very nice looking. Let's get on to more of the set. If I know anything about the Lone Ranger, whether it's a TV show or the movie, it's the phrase, "Hi-ho, Silver, away." And this is our horse, which is, I'm assuming, silver. This is actually the newer design of horse for Lego, where it has a couple features previous horses don't. It also has some differences as far as the sculpture on the face, which is very nice, and makes it seem more realistic. You can still fit the minifigure in the same old way, and if you didn't want to have a minifigure in here and have it more as a wild horse, you can take off the saddle, and it gives you a couple pieces to knock the thing off the turntable. It gives you a couple pieces to put it like so that you can have it as a more wild horse and doesn't have an awkward shape in the middle. Now the saddle also has the ability to hold two weapons if you wanted to add them on both sides. We also have, your basic ability to put the horse's head down, but we can also move the back legs up. So there's a lot of articulation with this horse, and it's been used a few times since and after this set. I like this. I like how it's well put, and you could definitely make some great Lego photography with this horse. The campfire is a campfire is a campfire. There's nothing really to this. It's all that you see right here. And very simple build, but I think it's too simple, because Lego's made different types of campfires in the past. And in fact, the Lone Ranger theme also has Tonto's campfire, which was a more impressive build than this, because this one didn't seem like flames were shooting off the sides and the pan was stuck in the middle of a bunch of logs. If I could call those logs. They really hardly give the effect of a campfire, and it's just nice to have the silver pan and the chicken. I'll take that. I should have some lunch. Next up, we have a cannon and a couple cannonballs. The cannonballs are put on a simple plate to keep them sturdy and from moving around, which is nice to include. And the cannon itself has these large wagon wheels. Don't really remember that color much being used for them. You can tilt the cannon up and down, different directions. You can also lift it up, and if you want somebody or some vehicle to carry it, you got that hinge on the back, which can be used. And you also have space back here to fit two accessories. The one they show here is to stuff the cannon into the cannonball. Kind of realistic effect, but not necessary for actual play. You can just fit it in like so. And this is the 2009 version of the cannon, where you pull back. It's a spring-loaded one, so it'll shoot when you let go. And it shoots really well. So I'm really happy that they have this in a small set. Very nice to get, and just a nice accessory for a Wild West setup. The last part of this set is really amateur, but it's an attempt at some sort of fort or a barricade. I'm not exactly sure what the angle was, other than the hinges angle, that they were going for when trying to build this. It's kind of a simple model. It's good for parts as far as, all these textured pieces and the usually wings underneath, but still good for just display purposes, but nothing really formidable. You can fold this up in two different directions if you wanted to, because there's a little hinge in the middle. And you got the printed flag on both sides, which is really nice to have instead of having it as a sticker. I was afraid it was going to be a sticker, but there's really not much to this assembly. And again, I think it's just good for scrapping for parts, because it doesn't really do well as a base on its own. Even if you buy a whole bunch of these sets, it's best to just tear them apart and try to build something on your own. So overall, this set is really nice for just accessories and, like your traditional Star Wars battle pack. It has a lot of figures and a lot of small things to build, but nothing that really stands out as a set on its own. It's best to combine this with some other sets and maybe the same set in duplicate. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time with more LEGO set reviews.